Hi, Miller Gaffney with Vintage and Modern. I'm here at TEFAF, the European Fine Art Fair in Maastricht, the Netherlands. This is the largest and most prestigious art fair in the world. I'm getting ready to take you on a grand tour.
It's very high-level art. I don't think there is any other fair in the world where you will find 6,000 years of history, starting with a Neolithical vase from 5,000 years BC until works by Jeff Koons made yesterday.
It's a very simple vision. It is creating an environment for the most beautiful things in the world. So you have to create an environment that doesn't compete with the art, but makes it more beautiful.
I'm here with Robert Aronson from Aronson Antiques, who brought wonderful fine Dutch Delftware.
That's right.
And that's what the country is known for here in the Netherlands.
That's right.
Tell me about
The
this.
tulips, the cheese, and the Dutch Delftware.
Tell me about these treasures you brought.
Well, the Dutch Delftware was made mainly between 1650 and 1800. Is the earliest link actually between the Far East, between China and Europe. The Delft people were the first ones to make blue and white here in Europe. So being in Holland, of course, it makes it extra special.
Robert, tell me what makes this such a unique piece? And look at the beautiful detail. This had to take a long time.
Well, it took a long time to paint the piece. It took far longer to fire the piece and to model the piece. That was far more difficult. And I've been told, especially with these big pieces, that only 1 in 18 worked out. 17 they had to throw away, didn't succeed. Because with painting on earthenware, you cannot wipe it off again and start new. Once the paint is on there, it has to stay there. So it has to be very exact.
Tell me about this creme de la creme, this masterpiece that you brought here.
Well, first of all, I didn't want to bring it. I wanted it to go home to my collection. But I decided I would bring one bombshell painting. A year ago, this was discovered, and lately has been pinned to Lorenzo Monaco, who's one of the giants, who was a teacher of Fra Angelico. And this is one of the great Italian paintings. It's a great discovery, which just turned up last year. He's doing things here that nobody ever did before. For instance, the orchestration of color is brand new to him. The way the Virgin's hem intertwines with the clouds. I mean, it is considered a real masterpiece.
It's a wonderful fair. It's unbelievable, the choices you have, the things you can see. It's fascinating to be able to go somewhere and ask, please tell me, how much does this Rembrandt cost? You don't do that at the Metropolitan Museum.
Frank, I'd love for you to tell me about the extraordinary work and all the detail. You can even see the palette knife, every brush.
Of all the artists that we are showing, Nicolas de Staël is really the painter. The way the colors were selected, the material, the thickness and the brightness of the colors are really crucial. And it's very rare on the market because he has only produced a bit more than 1,000 pieces in his entire life.
It's quite extraordinary that you can see the deep greens radiating from the canvas and the multiple layers.
Absolutely, you have a good eye because he was working by different layers and colors, one above the other, until he found the exact, atmosphere and colors that he were looking for from scratch.
With such balance.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Exclusive here to TEFAF is the beautiful flowers that they bring in. Over 40,000 multicolor French tulips. And then they have over 30,000 of the short stalk Dutch tulip. Well, tell me about this beautiful antique.
Very typical English instrument made by someone called Jacob Kirkman in 1763. So we're talking about just after Bach has died, while Handel is just still alive. It's a very beautiful classic example, and I always bring a harpsichord onto the stand so that in quiet moments I can enjoy myself. basically, doing a fair stand is like producing a piece of theatre. And it's got to be a little bit theatrical, otherwise it's deadly boring.
John, you have written a lot about Le Corbusier, and would you share with us about this desk?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic piece. There were very few ever made, and it was from Chandigarh, India, from the High Court. It's made of teak plywood, teak veneer, and that the reason for that was that it was resistant to the moisture and the humidity, and it was also resistant to the termites. So it was designed for the place. And it's got a boldness, Corbusier, sort of power or gravitas. And it's monumental in scale, which suited the context where it was required in the High Court. It was to be elevated, and it was all about the horizontal lines connecting with the surrounding site.
I saw the most magnificent bracelet, gold bracelet, which was beginning of or the end of the 19th century? Is that what he said?
Right,
the end of the 19th century. And it is absolutely not only a piece of art, but it's really something that you could wear, and it's gorgeous. So I have my eye on that one.
Look at this.
Oh my goodness.
This-
The filigree, I've never seen such. It's like
Look,
lace.
Look, and that is the quality of the workmanship, If you see on the back, perhaps you can imagine that there is 2,500 ring, small ring in chain, one with the other, just to obtain this flexibility.
Oh my.
It's magic. My family is in this business since 250 years. So we put together the ancient technique, of jewelry. And so we can obtain this. That is an art that is difficult to explain and is difficult to maintain also.
The offering of fine and decorative arts here is as impressive as ever. The rare and the beautiful. I can highly recommend this fair to any vintage and modern viewer. I'm already looking forward to next year.